Hello, everyone. So yeah, today we're just gonna be playing more Minecraft. Nothing too different. Well, I don't know why I said nothing too different. Anyway, we are going to play The Craft today. Big brain time, chat. We must figure out how to put together my little mountain fortress thing. Because I honestly have no idea how I'm really gonna do it. I mean, I'm gonna do it, it's just gonna take a little bit of brain power. Just a little bit. Okay. Right before this, I was watching Chibidoki's stream, and I don't know why, but now I'm making just a bunch of 1984 jokes. So expect one or two of those tonight. Expect one or two of those. Because Chibi's chat made me do it, I guess. It's the first thing I thought of as soon as I popped on the stream, and I just kept repeating the same line. This is like George Orwell's book, 1984. I kept saying that. I don't know why. Why am I like this? Okay. Let's have everything together. Turn this up just a little. Turn that up. Behold, the craft. The passion of the craft. Here we go. So yeah, we're just gonna be building more today. That's my whole plan right now. Is we're just gonna build more. Don't really have any other thing to do. Do I have... how much food? How much food? 14 baked potatoes. I will take it. I'm sustaining myself off of nothing but potatoes at this point. I am going to become a potato. I mean, I kind of am. Couch potato. But still. It's weird. Like, some days I'm, like, really active, you know? Like, you know, I'm doing my martial arts stuff and all that. But then there are other days like this one. Where I'm just kinda... I sit around and do nothing. Feels weird doing nothing, though. That's for sure. I was also playing like Fallout 4 again today. I don't know why, but I've just been addicted to that recently. Even though it's definitely not one of the best Fallout games. It's a Fallout game. That's all I can say about it. It's a Fallout. Nothing too exciting with it. I decided to do an Institute playthrough because why not? Wasn't really... because like, I played through every other faction. I played through the Railroad, and I played through all those factions. I just have never played the Institute. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna play the Institute. It's going okay. Definitely not like... I don't know. It's definitely not exactly what I thought it was gonna be, I suppose. We're gonna need more stone. Well, we're gonna have to fucking put this one in the grill again. Taking that stone to Flavor Town, putting it on the grill. Looks like you're going to Flavor Town, Jimbo. Okay, maybe not. We just have to wait. Just gotta excavate stuff. Well, wait. Why am I saying these things? I don't know. Help me. craft. And time for the stick. Perfect. Perfect. Give me. And also, does anyone remember Dragon Ball Xenoverse? Because, like, I used to play that a lot as, like, maybe not as a kid, but when I was younger, for sure. I played the hell out of that game. I had it on Xbox and still do. And I've decided to play it more again. Because I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not play it more? And I'm slightly, ever so slightly torturing myself with it. Because, like, I know, like, I'm only fighting against AI. Because I don't really want to fight against people. Even though that's a lot more fun. I'm not sure how good people have gotten, like, in recent years. Or if anybody still even plays the game. Like, I don't know. Probably the only people that still play the game are, like, tryhards. And I most definitely did not make a good impression on Xbox Live on that game. Like, I screamed, like, when I was, like, playing the game, I was, like, yelling about Bruce Lee and stuff. I was going through Bruce Lee's principles while fighting people, which is hilarious to me. Like, why was I doing that? Why, as a kid, did I think, yes, that's a perfect idea. That'll really get at him. It really didn't. It just made me look more cringy. I was like the typical squeaker at that point. Glad I'm out of that phase. One thing has never changed, though. I never stop talking. So, I mean, I guess that is an upside. Best I actually get to carry on conversations and stuff like that. I mean, at least I try to. So yeah, we're just gonna be going through the same process as the last time. It's definitely nothing interesting. But, I mean, it's something. It may just be me placing stones on the ground and making it look kind of nice. But hey, I guess it's entertainment. It's like a just chatting stream, but with extra steps. That's all this is at this point. Because most of the time I just talk anyway. You're not seeing any, like, pro gamer moves or anything like that. You're just seeing me ramble on and build. It's content. Can't lie about that. Content is content. Man, and I finally got to 40 followers on Twitter. Took forever. Took months. But we got here. Actually, I should probably post about that. That's a milestone. At least for me. No! The potato! Boosh. Yeah, that's definitely a milestone for me. So I should... Well, yeah, forgot to make a pickaxe. I'll probably talk about that on Twitter at some point. I probably should have done that before. Because, like... Goddamn. I was wondering about, like, what to post yesterday. And now, I just thought, hey, wait, I have 40 followers. I could have posted about this yesterday. I could have. I could have brought this up, but I never did. That really was a certified smooth brain moment. It's literally all that was. Because I could have celebrated that follower goal on Twitter. I really could have. Even though 40's not a lot, it's a goal for me. We're getting up there in numbers, boys. I'm progressing very slowly, but I'm still very proud of my progress for how far I've actually gotten into streaming. Like, how many people actually follow me. I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of that. Even though a lot of people have like thousands of followers and sometimes people gain thousands in a month, I'm still proud of where I am. Especially being busy with other things and like on top of streaming. Like worrying about college work, worrying about actual work and all that kind of stuff. Even though I just like work at a restaurant still. Despite all that, I'm actually surprisingly keeping up with this. Who knows, maybe this will like be like the dream job I've been looking for or something like that. I doubt it, but still have my hopes that it does become something along those lines or something like that. Because I get to talk to amazing people in chat that sometimes show up. Still amazing to talk to people. I think that's like my favorite thing. Is just talking to random people. That's really what I love the most. Okay, I need more stone. Yeah, that is what I love the most. Just talking to random people. Hearing interesting, weird things. And that's it. Love it. And also just being able to play a game and just hang out with people. That's another really good one. Ugh. And at some point, I'm definitely thinking about like covering. I mean, not covering. But yeah, like doing something that Iron Mouse does. I talked about this last stream. I'm kind of thinking about actually like possibly setting it up at some point if I get big enough. Because it'll definitely help me with that one YouTube video. Because I want to create a YouTube video about like what it means to be a VTuber and like the philosophy that some people have behind it. And I definitely think it would be interesting. Because like this is like a whole like potluck of cultures just kind of mixed into one. And I kind of actually want to study that and talk about it. Like, what are the inspirations of certain VTubers? What are their advice? What got them into it? And what it means to be a VTuber. That's all I really want to talk about at this point. Definitely think it'd be an interesting thing to explore at some point. Oh, wait. I had to put that stuff in there. I'm not sure when I'll make that video, though. Probably won't be coming for a while, but it will come at some point. It will. I can guarantee that. Once I get the time to actually like start gathering information, talking to random VTubers and all that kind of stuff, I definitely want to like really make it like an entire like video on that for sure. Because even though it's not really my content, like usually I don't go for like the whole like long documentary kind of stuff. I still want to like it's just something that interests me that I will go into a documentary style about it. Like discussion about it. For sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah, at this point in Minecraft, I'm just gonna make him like a mountain goat. Bro, just like how quickly I jump up this mountain now. You know, I am mountain goat now. At this point, at least. Goat become human. Detroit become goat. Perfect title right there. Detroit become goat. I will become the mountain goat. None can stop me. I shall unlock the forbidden jutsu of climbing mountains in a mere second, and hanging off of near 90-degree edges, like every proper goat does. And we're not talking about the greatest of all time, I'm talking about an actual goat. There's actual goats. Because why not? Don't really have much better to talk about, really. What is up with me? I have no idea. Start making jokes about George Orwell's book, 1984, and then I start switching over just to making random sounds and talking about VTubers. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Just do the Peter Griffin laugh the entire time. Just an entire stream of just that. Just my stupid, very bad Peter Griffin laugh. Just it's the entire time. Really annoying. That's the entire point of it. Entire stream of just that. Gotta make it exciting. Gotta retain that audience by doing random sounds. Really pique their interest with low-level intelligence. Just act very stupid in front of chat. They will come. Nah. It's not my only gimmick. I'm kinda smart too. Not very smart, but kinda smart. Although I definitely do not optimize anything I have here. So, smart, but not too smart. I forgot I had all this cobblestone in here. I completely forgot about that. We can just continuously feed this thing all the cobblestone in this safe. Wait, is there like a way that I can like transfer stuff over like that? I have no idea. There might be a way to do that, but I'm honestly not sure. Oh boy, I love waiting for stone. Oh, I do love this. It's not painful at all. Not in any capacity. I mean, at least I get to admire this view. That's the good thing. I get to look at all this cool stuff that I have around me. Like, there's like 4 biomes over here. There's a jungle. There's like flatlands kind of stuff over there. Got a desert. Got another desert. Got plateau stuff. I don't know what to call it. Can't remember what it's called. But that stuff. We got another jungle. Wait, no, this is a forest. Yeah, we just got so many we just got so many biomes shoved into one over here. It looks so cool. Villager noise stream. Sexy villager ASMR stream. Imagine that. Like, imagine like an RRR and that kind of thing. That's all it is. It's villager news, just a bit more risque. What am I even talking about anymore? Why am I like this? Why am I cringe? Why am I like this? I'm being corrupted. My mind is becoming more cringe by the moment. I will eventually kill the part of me that cringes. So I will forever be cringe and base at the same time. Based on what, you may ask? Testosterone. You may not like it. This is what peak male performance looks like. I love how these words are being immortalized on the internet. I love this. I actually do. Because I think this is kind of funny. Comedy is subjective, Murray. Murray. Goes on Joker arc. I want to stay up until 1 AM playing games such as Fallout. I will stay up that late. I will not be oppressed. society wants to subdue us gamers. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. I gotta clarify because I'm not sure if people actually follow what I say in my Joker speeches. It's just a joke, bro. It's just a prank, bro. That cave didn't think it was a prank. I don't like that one. Suppressing. Oh, not that. No, no. Nah. The cave is trying to silence me. This is like George Orwell's book, 1984. I hate myself for making that joke. I hate it. Why am I making these jokes? Why? Why? That book is trying. What book? Huh? That cave is trying to 1984 me. It's trying to take over the stream. It's speaking against me. How dare? How dare? Okay. Woo. What an exciting stream chat. High octane Minecraft gameplay. Minecraft esports when? Interesting. Huh. I wonder if there is like a Minecraft esport. Probably is. Maybe. I don't know though. I honestly feel if it tried to become an esport, Minecraft probably wouldn't be very good. It'd be like Overwatch. Because it would like force it upon itself, and it would just kind of like die. Just dies of cringe in like 5 seconds. Basically what happened to... That's basically what happened to Overwatch. I remember it was like a very good casual type game. And then as soon as they tried to force an esports on it, which I mean, it had the potential. It could be an esport. But they forced it on it like way too early. And because of that, it just completely killed it. They really shouldn't have forced it on that. Because like, to this day, I probably still would be playing Overwatch if they didn't force it. Because I miss my girl May. Okay, people can call me a demon for liking her because of how annoying she can be. But I love it. Okay? I'm sorry. I love the play May. Sue me. May was such a good character, man, okay? I loved it. But because it was fun being annoying. That is my entire brand. Just being annoying. I just, like, my favorite thing to do was just to sneak up behind people with my ult and just freeze people. You know, it was like, my whole team was like wondering where I was going. It's like, Monty, where are you running? Where are you going? What are you gonna do? And I'm like, my goals are beyond your understanding. And I just freeze the entire enemy team. Oh, Blizzard. I miss it, man. Not the company. Because they've done some questionable things. I just miss May's ability. The game. Like, in the game. May's Blizzard ability. I miss that. I loved... That's gonna make me sound like a psychopath. But, like, I loved, while in the game, just freezing somebody and staring them dead in the eyes until, like, before I eliminate them. I love that. Just asserting dominance. Freeze. Look them right in the eyes. Hello, welcome to stream. Welcome, welcome. I'm talking about my past experience with Overwatch. And how I used to torment people with May. Welcome to stream. A lot of streams is gonna be this, by the way. Me running up and down a mountain, trying to build an underground fortress kind of thing. So be prepared to see a lot of building. A lot of building. And a lot of running back and forth. Yeah, like... I'm still so sad that it died. Like, Overwatch has just dwindled. Its numbers have just gone down the drain really quick. I hated that. Like, I love the game, but I hated how quickly it died. And it's, from what I keep hearing, at least as of recently, it's because they kept, well, the developers of Overwatch kept forcing Overwatch to essentially become an esport instead of like naturally letting it come into its own. I keep hearing that recently, so that's just kind of what I'm sticking to. I'm sticking to my guns here and saying it probably died that exact way. It was just forced to be an esport a bit too quickly because it had potential. It definitely did, but you can't do that to the game. Because yeah, some things in the game are definitely still good. And I still have the game, too. Sure, I have it on Xbox, but, like, still, it has redeemable qualities. It's just like, man. I wish there were more people playing it, and I wish it was still up. Well, still up and kicking. A little bit more alive than it is. Like, I just remember, I used to, like, try to play Genji. Because I was in that, like, I was in that weeb phase of middle school. Where I was, like, I used to think it was middle school, but I was in some sort of, like, kind of weeb phase. So I was, like, really into Japanese culture and stuff like that. Kind of still am. Japanese culture is very cool. But back then, I was, like, you know the description of a weeb. But because of that, I would only main, like, Genji. Even though I was bad at it. I'd be like, I'm going to be cool ninja man. Gonna, like, jump across buildings and just completely eliminate the enemy team. Never worked. It never worked that way. The only character I could play was Mei. It's the only character I could play. Because I just kind of froze people. And just terrified them by looking them dead in the eyes. That's all I did. I really should have, like, worked on, like, maining other people, but I never really did. I only, like, stuck with Mei. But it was fun, that's for sure. Especially when you sniped somebody. Like a Widowmaker. Like, they thought they were, like, invincible because they're, like, miles away from people. And they just smack them with an icicle. They just never see it coming. Because those things were deadly. Those things were precise. Those things were like a crime against humanity. For how effective they were. Thanks. I've really been working on the bunker a lot recently. I definitely need to work on more details. For sure. But right now I'm just kind of like laying out like kind of like the base kind of setup. The base setup for it. Before I actually start adding more detail. I'm probably gonna be like putting like more how to say it. I forgot what I was gonna say. That's very normal here. I will forget what I'm going to say a lot. But I want to decorate it more. I want to put like more interesting kind of stuff into it. I really want to do that. I want to have like an entire like library or something down there. I would have gave up on the second floor. I was feeling like giving up, honestly. But I never did, because I was like, I just kind of take a big break, and then I'm like, wait, this would be cool to do. Because originally, I did give up on it. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna decorate it. I'm just gonna have like a bunch of different levels. And like nothing in them. But now I'm like, okay, I want to have like an entire library in there. I want to have like a storage center. I want to make this place into like a virtual fortress. Like Lord of the Rings. Build an entire mountain city. You know what? We can actually go along with that. With enough gold, we can fill the entire bottom level of it with like gold and stuff. I think that'd be cool. Maybe try to do like a Smaug like pixel art or something down there or something like that. I think that'd be cool. I don't think I really have the skill to do the pixel art, but I definitely have the time to gather up as much gold as I need to fill the entire thing with gold nuggets or something. Hang up like a diamond in there or something like that. I think that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. I can maybe I could build statues out there, because there's some pillars out there where I could probably if I chip them down enough, I could probably turn them into some sort of statues. Could probably do something like that. Glass Man, Mr. Glass. It's like that entire M. Night Shyamalan movie series right there. Because it's what was it? It was Invincible. Well, not Invincible. No, that's something else. But basically, the first movie is about the hero. The second movie is Split, which has a guy with multiple personalities, but he becomes super powered on one of his personalities. Then you have Mr. Glass. Glass Man. An entire new superhero universe just builds out from from your friend naming you Glass Man and that entire movie franchise. You rival Marvel or something. That'd be very hard to rival Marvel. It'd be very hard to do that. Especially since they were bought by Disney. I think I'd have to double check, but I think they were, yeah, a while ago. It'd be very hard to beat them. Although there is this one superhero thing that I've seen recently where this guy is taking a bunch of superheroes that never really made it. All of the unpopular superheroes whose comics were discontinued and stuff. And he's creating an entire cinematic universe out of them. I just think that's cool. It's just YouTube. YouTube does this all the time. Where you think you're all caught up on the stream, but you're not, because your message always appears 30 seconds later. Or you hear things 30 seconds, responded to 30 seconds later. It's annoying, but it's just the fact of streaming on YouTube. It's inescapable at this point. Twitch has it down, though. I don't have to worry about Twitch with that. When I actually stream on Twitch, I don't need to worry. Comments always come in on time. Here, nah, this is it's a barren wasteland for good streaming qualities. But I still don't mind streaming on here, just for the sake of producing content for YouTube, because I have no time at the moment to edit videos together, even though I want to one day. Although I could ask some of Minty's friends to edit some of the videos together. Because I know some of Minty's friends are very good at editing stuff. Even though I could do it, it's I may not have the time to do it. So I could commission them to edit my videos together. Really could do that. Hell, they're probably better at it than me. Yeah. Twitch really ramped up comments with insane speed. I love it because it's near instantaneous, unless your bitrate decides to destroy itself. I love Twitch for that exact reason. It's near instantaneous stuff because you say something, then chat responds almost not even a few seconds later. If they're actually fast enough with typing. YouTube definitely doesn't do that. I wish it did. But, it works. And I still don't know why I decided to start streaming on YouTube, of all things. Like, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna start streaming on YouTube. That's all I'm gonna do is stream on YouTube. And I'm like, that's kind of stupid. You grow a lot faster on Twitch. So much faster. It's like trying to compare, like, Sonic to, like, a slug. Because I haven't, like, gained many subscribers in, like, a while. Like, I gained, like, one recently. But on Twitch, I've had, like, a few followers this month already. So it's like, you grow so much faster. I'm up to, like, 38 followers on Twitch now. Which is good. I'm thinking that's some good progress at the moment. Not a lot of people, but I have some followers, so that's all that matters. Yeah. Like, Twitch is definitely the heavy hitter in streaming. It's definitely, like, very good for people that actually want to grow and stuff. For sure. I just kind of stream on Twitch just to, well, stream on here. Just to, like, have some content so that is not deleted after a certain amount of time. Because on Twitch, after, like, a certain amount of time, all, like, content is deleted. Whereas it's archived or something like that. But, like, people can't really watch it anymore unless, like, there's an entire archive channel for that, for the VODs. And I don't think I really have the time to throw stuff up on an archive channel. Nor the space on my computer. I mean, I could. I could just stream exclusively on Twitch. And then download my streams and then upload them on YouTube. But it's like, I don't want to, like, forget that I downloaded, like, 500 streams and then, like, wait, why is my computer on low storage? Like, I don't want to do that to myself, but definitely be useful. But I definitely need to start doing something at some point. I either need to start uploading my archives, or like chop down my streams to, like, manageable, like, maybe, like, 10-minute videos or something like that, of all the highlights, and then throw it up on YouTube. Which that would include me downloading my stream. Yeah, for now I'm just kind of doing it this strategy, because I don't have time to edit or anything like that. I just have 2 hours to stream usually every night. Right, that's my schedule. I could stream longer tonight, but I do need to go and eat. Because all I've had today is ramen and a leftover Caesar salad I had in the fridge. Not a lot. So I definitely need to get some food after this. Oh. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. And are you going already? Man, it's good having you in chat, though. Really love talking to you. I love talking to everybody that appears in my chat. Thanks for this, for the subscription again. It's kind of weird. Last time, I apparently had Streamlabs hooked up to that. Like, hooked up to my subscription stuff. So every time someone would subscribe, it would pop up like a Twitch notification. It scared the hell out of me one day. Because I wasn't expecting it, because on YouTube, you don't hear that. You just see the number go up every now and then. And then all of a sudden I hear the Twitch, like, that follow sound. I'm like, oh! I scared the hell out of myself. I always manage doing that at some point during the stream. Sometimes. either have something like in Phasmophobia scare me, or I end up like scaring myself or just surprising myself. Every stream. There's no way around it. Okay. Let me just look at something here real quick. And pull chat back up. Okay, we're good. It looks like it's time to harvest these. So happy that I actually have an entire farm up here. Sustainability. That's all I needed here. Because I needed to stay up here for like extended periods of time to actually build this stuff. It's kind of annoying, but it's all worth it. Because sure, I don't get to like go to my village and see all my cool stuff that I built there. Sure. But I can see the entire valley and stuff like that. I can see the entire like that entire village down there. I can see all the different biomes that are like connected to mine. This thing is really cool. Even if it isn't like from the comfort of like my own home in this game, it's still very interesting to look down on all that. Where did I get this gunpowder? Where did I get that? Did I kill a creeper while I was up here? I have no idea. Probably did at some point. Huh. Trying to remember something here. I'm starting to think about Overwatch stuff again. Oh, here's another character I really liked playing. I remember as from my limited knowledge, I remember that I liked playing Reinhardt. I loved it. Because, like, what is better than being a heavily armored tank with a shield and a giant jet-powered hammer? Like, what's more exciting than that? I mean, sure, Mei can freeze people. Genji can, like, cut people in half, essentially. But, like, what's better than plowing through people and just smacking them with a hammer? In the game, obviously. I always clarify that, because, like, I'm scared that YouTube will, like, kick me in the face or something every time I say something like that. You know? I always gotta clarify it's a joke, because, like, if I don't, I just get paranoid. It's like, I'm joking, YouTube, don't kill me. Because I know YouTube's weird on certain things. Very weird on certain things. Kind of sad, but meh. Still good, maybe not a good platform to be on, but an okay one. It's definitely a place to grow and upload stuff, so can't complain too much. Even if it's some of its rules, even though they technically, well, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I lost track of what I was saying. Goddamn. I love my brain. Oh. Oh yeah, I've just seen like people's videos get removed for stuff that just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm sure everybody heard about this at one point. But there's this guy that did like a review like on like certain anime episodes of like, I think it was like Dragon Ball, I think. I could be wrong. But then one of the companies actually the parent company of the anime that he was reviewing just removes thousands of this guy's videos. Like, YouTube had no problem with them. They weren't against terms of service or anything like that, or even against like the copyright stuff, and it was just gone. All of this guy's like hard work. So I mean, I definitely say YouTube isn't the best thing to be on, because they're just kind of random stuff like that, but it's an okay one. Although I definitely say Twitch is a little bit better, even if it's a little bit biased towards certain people. But, yeah. Can't complain too much, though. Still a very good place to stream and grow and meet friends. Very good place. That's how I met Minty and all and the gang. the Chaos Crew. Oh. Come on. I really wish there was like an easier way to like get through all this. I mean, I'm sure there's like a mod where I could probably like, I don't know, like attach a drill to like a minecart or something like that and have it like dig through all this for me. But I can't remember if Bedrock Edition is very mod friendly. I know Java is, but not sure if this version is either. I honestly have no idea if it is. Really should have got Minecraft for Java. Really should have gotten that. Because now I'm stuck here, like, isolated on Bedrock. Because, like, all of my friends who stream are oh, I messed up my words. Are all on Java. Every single one of them. And I think crossplay between Bedrock and Java is coming, so I might be able to actually get into the worlds and actually play on the Chaos Crew SMP, or the Chaos SMP, or whatever they called it. I can't remember. But I know I can stream on there at some point. Once crossplay comes around, hopefully I'm actually able to get on there. Because it'd be cool to play with Minty and her friends. Very cool. Randomly just pop into stream. Haha, surprise! You never expected Monty. Plus they have some really cool mods on there too. Really cool ones. Like, I just remember that like some people can be like Enderman kind of people. So like they're able to teleport everywhere. I know Minty's like a bee or something like that. So she's like able to fly around and hover. It's just cool that people have a bunch of like different attributes. Makes the whole game like having a fresh kind of feeling to it. Although sometimes with how my computer runs, I doubt my computer would be able to survive it very well. You can probably survive it for a little bit, but I still think at the end of the day, those mods are gonna like pile drive my computer at some point. Because everything ends up pile driving my computer at some point. Because like I don't clear out cache or something like that. Like I forget to do that before I play a game or stream. And then I get like kicked across the side of the face. I get like a really good roundhouse kick. Which sucks, but I guess it's all in the life of being a streamer. Like, fighting against both the enemies in a game and your computer simultaneously. Really upping that challenge, really giving you the oomph. Not really oomph. No. That doesn't make sense. Spouting nonsense here. Really gives you the extra challenge. That's all I'm trying to say. You have to overcome. You need to improvise and adapt and overcome like Bear Grylls. That's the only way you can survive. Actually, let me check on my GPU right here, because I remember a little bit ago was struggling a little bit, but stream is still working, so I can't complain. As long as stream still works, I can't complain. You know, just gotta pet the computer and hope it doesn't like crash. You know, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You know, you will be fine, computer. Don't die on me now. I need you. You can do this. You can survive. You can persevere, improvise, adapt, overcome. Drink your piss if you need to. You can survive. You can do it, computer. Giving them a emotional, like, motivational speech to my computer here. Yes, I am psychotic. How could you tell? I'm talking to inanimate objects like they're alive. Although that's kind of my job. Not really job, but like, it's kind of what I do here regardless. Because like, in reality, even though technically I'm talking the chat, in reality, I'm like looking at a wall and talking. I'm looking at a camera and like pretending it hears me kind of thing. Like, okay, I think my model. Okay, never mind. My model's fine. My model is doing okay. Potentially. But that's essentially just what I do here, is just talk to a wall and pretend people are listening. It's a weird situation. It's not like I'm on like live TV where I know people are listening and stuff like that. I mean, I know people are listening here too, but still. You get the idea. You get the idea. Just kind of thinking of something. I don't know why. It's stupid. Whatever I just thought of. I'll bet it's an idea. Oh boy. Here it comes. So, basically, I was just kind of thinking of this. It's like, what if this is like what takes over everything in the future, like entertainment-wise? You know? Like, what if this becomes like the modern day equivalent of TV? I mean, it almost is. Kind of. But like, what if it just exclusively becomes like that? You know, you can flick on your TV and like watch like Chibi Doki or Iron Mouse or someone like that, just randomly. That'd be weird. It'd be very weird. What would be even weirder is trying to explain to your parents what PogChamp means. Even I don't know what that means. I just know it's what people say when they're excited. I'm sure they have it on like some random dictionary somewhere out on the internet, but still, imagine that. Like, you know, you say that like when something amazing happens on a stream, or like the streamer does something amazing, or there's something cool. But imagine trying to explain that without having like a solid definition of it to your parents. Like, or your grandparents. Like they walk in on you watching a stream on TV or something like that. And they're like, what does PogChamp mean? Like, God. And like the whole thing of like where people are accidentally saying like Pog in public and stuff like that, that'd get even worse. Cause like you're watching it on TV. So like that'd get worse. Imagine saying that to like a college professor. That's pretty Pog. Like, imagine that. Like it'd get worse because you're watching it all the time. Definitely, definitely an interesting thing to think of. And apparently, honestly, I've almost done this too, but like, there's some people that are like, just in public, and they're talking to somebody and they almost call them chat. I've done that a couple of times. Almost. I've gotten very close to calling somebody chat. Once. But I've done that. It's something weird, because like, you're used to talking to just this anonymous amalgam of people called chat. And then you're in public and you try to talk to someone and you're like, yeah, chat. What? What? You slowly lose your mind when you're streaming, I swear. Where you just start calling people by something they just don't know. Or you say just random, stupid internet lingo. It's very weird. Although, the funny thing is, if I said, like, any of the internet lingo stuff to a certain teacher, they'd be fine with it. And I know it. They wouldn't question it, and hell, they may even play into it. I know a teacher like that. Which is weird. Never thought I'd know a teacher that does stuff like that. But we're here now. So can't really complain. Can't complain. And I've been thinking about streaming Master Duel again. But I definitely need to like optimize my deck at some point. Because like I don't want to have an entire stream of me getting like completely destroyed by people in Master Duel again. I don't want to have another stream like that. I was really thinking of using Moist Critical's deck. Because I know he has a really good one with Grin Maju and stuff like that. Because in his deck, what Grin Maju does is like it gains attack because of like certain cards like in your graveyard or something like that. I'd have to look again. It's been a while since I've seen Grin Maju, but basically, its attack power just multiplies on because of certain things in your deck, or like certain things in graveyard or in your hand or something like that. And it gets like 16,000 attack power. Like absolutely insane amounts of attack power randomly. Which I love that. It's like the dragon that I have right now in my current deck, which is the Rebellion Dragon, I believe. Where basically you get to steal half of your opponent's monster's attack. You will target your opponent's monster and you can steal half their attack. I love that. I've won several games like that. Because someone whips out like I don't know, like they whip out some random monster that gains attack for like set amount of cards somewhere, or they boost a monster's attack with like a certain card. And then I just steal half that attack and just destroy them. I love it so much. Because I just don't expect it. But it doesn't work when people have like cards that negate everything. Like fucking Drytron decks. I hate those. Because like in almost every Drytron deck, you have the Herald of Ultimateness. I hate the name. But that thing is the most annoying card I think of. Well, one of the most annoying cards I've run into. Because it negates like everything. No matter what you do, it's negated. As long as they have spell cards in their graveyard. Which thankfully, that's the only drawback of that card. Is that they have to have spell cards in their graveyard to, like, to banish so they can negate an activation of a card or something like that. So if you have a long enough chain, of, like, combos and stuff, you could very well just completely destroy their Herald of Ultimateness because he can't activate his ability after you get rid of all the spell cards in their graveyard. I love when that happens. Like, I have nothing against Drytron players. I have nothing against any players of any type of card in that game. But when you have random cards like that in it, it's annoying. As soon as you use cards like that just negate everything, it annoys me a lot. Although it kind of contradicts what I said about me not having anything against people that play certain cards. Anyway. Just certain cards piss me off, and then you have decks that I love playing against. Like, decks of, like, my caliber. Because I don't know why I keep getting into, like, Gold 5. Of all things. I keep getting in the Gold 5, like, upper ranks kind of stuff. So I always, as soon as I get to there, I can't do anything. Because I get to there, and then there are people that have this completely insane cards that I can't do anything against. Like, they will negate everything I do, and I can't do anything about it. It's the most annoying experience ever, but... What time is it? God damn it. The one time I need a clock, I don't have it. Okay. Anyway. I just love actually playing against people with, like, similar caliber of decks. Where it's, like, they can do a decent amount of stuff, but then after, like, a certain number of cards they place down, they're bricked. I love playing against people like that because it's exactly what I am. I get bricked almost over everything. I'll place down a few cards and then I'm done. Unless I get like really lucky, where I can go on this insane just combo of just placing monster after monster. That's the only time when I actually do good, is if I get lucky. Because as soon as I get lucky, it's over. Because I do have the cards to negate certain things and like really cause the enemy some pain, but usually the other player has way more cards that just negate everything that I do. So like I usually can't do anything, or I just get bricked instantly. It's very annoying. But I have recently buffed my deck, kind of, by adding a certain card. There's this one card that I really like to have called Magician. Well, wait, not Magician. Mathematician. Mathematician. Mainly because with this card, I can select one card in my in my deck, and I believe it sends it to the graveyard. And that plays into what my deck is, because it's a Phantom Knight deck. And all the most of the Phantom Knights have effects that they can activate from the graveyard, so it just plays into my hand perfectly. So I use Mathematician to send one card to the graveyard, and I believe it's like you draw a spell card because of that. I'd have to look. I'll have to look here. Actually, hold on. I think I actually have that card. Like physically. I think I physically have that card. I'll have to look. Actually, let me look here real quick. I think I do. Fuck. I haven't pulled out my Yu-Gi-Oh deck in a while. But I gotta figure this out now. Because it's in here, I'm pretty sure. Because I have a Phantom Knights deck in real life that is definitely different than the one I have in the game. But it is still pretty good for what I put in here. I'm pretty sure I have Mathematician. Where's my Mathematician? I thought I had Mathematician. Maybe I didn't work it into the deck yet. Give me a second. Now the stream just devolved into me, like, searching for Yu-Gi-Oh cards I have. Okay, so if it wasn't in there, it's gotta be in one of these bad boys. Give me a second here. There he is. There's the beauty. Let me see if I was actually right about what he does. You need to look. Yeah. Yep. So it's basically just used to send a monster to the graveyard. And I just love that because it plays into my hand perfectly. Every time. Because most of my monsters are level 1 to 4 in that deck. And that is what the Mathematician actually targets. And if I do that, I can just completely destroy one of my own monsters, send it to the graveyard, and then activate its graveyard effects. I love it. It has saved me so many times, surprisingly. And then I have a cheeky little move I like to do. One that's just very bizarre and very nonsensical. But I love to do the buff mathematician strat. It's such a stupid strategy, but it's worked. It's where, I'm against the ropes. I have nothing I can do, except for buff the magician. So then I dump a bunch of, cards that just turn his attack up exponentially. So then he just becomes the buff mathematician. I just love pile driving people into the ground with him. It's funny. Because they don't expect it. It's like in certain animes where, there's, this really old guy, and nobody really thinks much of him, but then he takes his shirt off, and he's, super ripped. It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that. It's funny. It's like Master Roshi. Where as soon as he powers up, he just becomes super buff. I wish they put him into Dragon Ball Z universe. God damn it, I wish they put Master Roshi in as a playable character. Like, they put Hercule, of all people, into this game. But they didn't put Master Roshi in. Hello, welcome to stream. Welcome, welcome. I'm just complaining about how they didn't put Master Roshi into Dragon Ball Xenoverse all those years ago. I really wish they did. Because that would be amazing. Imagine that. Just everybody underestimates you until you like, drop the people's elbow on them. Perfect. Went from Yu-Gi-Oh! To Dragon Ball. Interesting. Very interesting. Because we were talking about my very bad buff magician strat in Yu-Gi-Oh! Mathematician strat in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I just buff up the mathematician as a last resort. Works every time. Like, the thing is, I don't get why it works. I always get lucky with it. Because it always comes about at, like, the perfect moment. Because, like, they're gonna negate, like, almost everything I do. You know, they can negate this, they can negate that. But then I pull out the mathematician. And for some reason, they don't have a card that counters him. Like, how? He's a simple effect monster. Anyway, enough rambling on about Yu-Gi-Oh!, I suppose. Although it is very interesting to ramble on about it. There we go. It's definitely an interesting thing to ramble on about. Oh wait, I just remembered something. Bringing up Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Okay, jump. Okay. But I remember there's a certain card called Card Crush Virus. And I can't remember exactly what it does, but I know I have it either with me physically, or I have it in the game. And I remember being destroyed by this thing. Every time. And I can't remember why, but I just remember the Card Crush Virus always led to something else. Oh, I just remembered. Because I used to play against this guy that played Blue Eyes deck. I had nothing good that could counter Blue Eyes because I was stupid and I didn't know what to put together to actually counter it. But I know that he had the Card Crush Virus thing, and then he would use that to summon the Card Crush Dragon, which just was even worse because I couldn't even do anything to it. For some reason, from what I remember. I was thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Strats now because I'm thinking about streaming Master Duel again. Just thinking about that. Really thinking about it. Okay, let me check something here. Okay. Really thinking about that. Anyway. We must focus on the craft. The passion of it. The passion of the craft. It is the holy game, after all. Nah. It's weird. It's a weird game. But I love it. I mean, if you went back in time and told someone that there was going to be a pixelated open world game where you built with blocks and killed zombies and fought, like, exploding bushes. Like, if you told somebody that in the past, I think they'd look at you like you're insane. But look at it now. Oh, and about the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing? Yeah, I don't have the smarts to do it either. I just know the very basics of Yu-Gi-Oh! I only know, like, combining certain cards and, like, chains that will greatly benefit you in the long run. That's all I really know. Just, like, having these long chains that just destroy everybody. Or as it seems to me the meta, even though I hate it, and I want to go against the meta. I don't want to, like, be like a copy and paste of, like, everyone's deck. Because a lot of people just kind of, like, copy everyone's deck. They, like, see this one deck once, And they're like, huh, that absolutely destroyed me. Let's copy that exact deck. And let's not put anything different into it except for what they put into it. Like, they don't... They never, like, think and create their own decks. It's like a hive mind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players and on Master Duel. Because it's all like the same meta decks. It's like, if there's an Exodia deck, it's gonna follow a certain procedure. Where they're gonna have like a bunch of different cards that just all relate to drawing more cards. So they can get the Exodia and kill you first turn. Every time. And if they don't kill you first turn, then usually they will die. Because they don't have anything to actually defend themselves. Since most of their cards are only used to draw more cards. And not to defend themselves. It's like a weird thing. Like, it can pay off, it definitely can. But one Ash Blossom card will mess up that entire chain. Just one card will just mess it up. Because they won't have anything to counter it at all. Because as soon as they break their chain, they won't... They're usually bricked, and they have to end their turn. They can't do anything. It's weird, man. I don't like that deck for that exact reason. Because, like, as soon as you get bricked, you are bricked. You can't do anything. Like, if you follow, like, the generic formula that most of them follow. There are some weird ones, though. Some very weird Exodia decks I've ran into. Where it's like their whole thing is, like, they will do that exact thing. Where they will, like... Most of the time, they will just go along a certain process and draw, like, 500 cards in a turn. And they have, like, their entire deck in their hand, and they instantly summon Exodia and kill you. But, like, other than that, as soon as they go off the meta for Exodia decks, it usually doesn't work in their favor. I mean, it does. They get really lucky sometimes. But a lot of the time, they'll be bricked hard. Because they're not playing, like, the optimized version of an Exodia deck. It's weird, man. Anyway. I barely understand Yu-Gi-Oh!, so I don't know why I'm talking about it so much, but yeah. You know, it's a hobby of mine. Like, I don't play it a lot, but I know enough about it to where I can give very basic pointers. Such as having cards that can negate things. That's all I can really say. Just, any deck can be good if you have some good cards that can negate stuff and ensure that whatever you're doing isn't interrupted. Or you have to have some sort of, like, deck that's, like, nearly immortal, where you can just keep bringing back monsters or, like, summoning new ones, so, like, they can't break your defense at all. That's all. That's the only advice I can really give, really. Nothing too special. You know, it's nothing, like, well, it's not, like, game-changing. That's, like, very basic advice. It's not like I'm completely transforming the game, you know, going insano style and developing a new play, like, a new method of, like, playing. You know, like, I won't become, like, the god in Yu-Gi-Oh! No. I'm just the guy with a little Phantom Knights deck that is not meta. That can barely do anything. But at least I can get the gold 5, so can't complain. I don't know why I tried to sleep there. But yeah, a lot of these Minecraft streams just kind of turn into this. Like, there's a little focus on Minecraft, but there isn't a huge one. Where it's like, Minecraft is like more like playing in the background, and it's more of like a just chatting stream. That's really all it turns into, is it's just a just chatting stream for the most part. It's very entertaining though, at least for me. I get to talk about random stuff, and like ramble and rant about just stuff that doesn't matter. It's definitely a place where I just get all the information out. So such as talking about how evil Furbies are. Like, anybody that's ever seen a Furby or has ever had one, you see that, like, empty look in their eyes. That's one thing. And then no matter almost no matter how damaged they are, if they aren't completely destroyed, they can still talk. I've told this story a couple of times, but, like, someone that I know had their house burned down. The only thing that was left, like, intact was a Furby. And its fur was, like, melted to itself, and it could still talk. You can't tell me that Furbies are not demonic after a story like that. Like, that thing is terrifying. Like, goddamn. I swear, like, that was like robots trying to take over the world with cuteness. I swear. Nah, it wasn't. It was just weird. Like, a lot of things are weird in the past, for sure. Or just weird or dangerous. I've really noticed that. It was no in between. Like moon shoes. I've talked about those on stream, but those are dangerous. If you don't know what moon shoes are, they're like little shoes that have like a little trampoline in the middle of them. You like jump on them. And they had no ankle supports. So if you stepped wrong or like you jumped wrong, you would land on the side of your foot and like sprain your ankle. Like, goddamn. Just everything in the past is weird or dangerous. I don't get it. There's no in between. I mean, there are some things that are normal, but the majority of it, from what I've seen, is just dangerous. Like certain baby dolls. I don't know what it is about dolls, but they have that weird, like, glossed over look in their eyes all the time. Even if, like, the creators of the doll try to make it look alive, it still has that weird glossed over look. Ugh. I don't know what people were thinking. I mean, at least, like, Michael Reeves pretty much got back at baby dolls by, like, for them looking creepy. He turned a baby doll into a laser baby from The Boys. Where he, like... It was an experience watching him put this thing together. I don't know him, I just watched this video. But, like, it was an experience. Because he, like, had to drill holes into the baby doll's eyes, and I think... I've never recovered. I have never recovered from that. You cannot mentally like, prepare for seeing a video of a man cutting the back of a baby doll's head off, drilling holes into his eyes, and then putting laser diodes into it. Like, that's terrifying. Yeah, making stuff look alive is definitely not the way to go. Because, like I said, you always get that weird gloss over look in the eyes every time. It always lands in the uncanny valley every time, where it looks human. But something is not right about it. Every time. If it's close enough to human, and it looks like that, like my recent 3D model I made, I had to make a 3D model of a head. Came out really good. But it landed in that weird area, the uncanny valley, right there. Thing was terrifying. Well, not terrifying, but like there's something off about it. And I also partially made it look like an ape by accident. I wasn't going for the ape look, but it started looking like monkey. And I don't know why, because I was like modeling it off a head. Now, granted, this head was very lazily drawn in Clip Studio at like 2 a.m. But still, I don't know why it came out looking like that. But hey, I turned it in and it looked good, so Can't complain. Can't complain. Monkey. Monkey. It really did look like that, too. That was weird, man. Weird. I don't know. Everybody else, like, either they went for a more cartoonish kind of look, like how the teacher did, or they go, like, semi-realistic look, or, like, really realistic. Everybody else's looked fine, but then mine's just monkey. Like, I'm not gonna complain too much about it. I don't feel like fixing it because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Having it look like monkey is fun. I love that. It really captures, like, just my unique art style. You know? Where everything I do is, like, nonsensical. Like, recently. I drew Handsome Squidward and SpongeBob fighting each other. Like, I mean, I don't know how this relates to Monkey, but now it does. We're making the connections here, chat. You know, it is now, by my order, related to this monkey thing that I accidentally made. Right there. It's like how a while ago I was obsessed with Shrek. I just made a bunch of Shrek artworks. Like, Shrek is love, Shrek is life, I suppose. Like, everything I do is weird. Everything I create is just bizarre. Or just lands in, like, a creepy category. Like, years ago. Like, maybe not years ago, but like a year ago. I had to make, like, a menu cover for a class. The Shrek artwork. I probably have a picture of it. Somewhere. I don't know if I do. But I may actually post it on Twitter. If I can find it. Because, like, it was an entire collage of Shrek. And this collage was in the shape of Shrek as well. It was like an entire Shrek-based religion I accidentally created. It was weird. Okay, well... Fell off the mountain a little bit. Get back on track. There we go. It was weird. And, like, some of the Shreks looked very simple, but then others were, like, very rendered. And then I just have a random snail pope in the corner. Because I decided to turn the pope into a snail. And then wrote, "Take me to Snurch," next to the snail. I hate that so much. I don't know, like, I hate and love my own artwork. Because it's both simultaneously stupid and funny. There's no in between with it. Well, actually, wait, there is an in between. It's stupid and funny. Or it's just one thing or the other. Bizarre. It's like my entire passion here is just creating weird things that, like, nobody can really make the sense of. It's like that old Sumerian joke that was recently dug up, where, like, nobody knows what the joke really means. It's like, at some point in the far future, you know, they're gonna dig up my artwork or something like that, or someone's gonna find it, and they're gonna be like, why is Handsome Squidward, why are these two cartoon characters fighting with the bodies of MMA fighters? Like, who turned these characters into MMA fighters? Or, like, who made an entire collage of the same character in the shape of this character? I'm gonna confuse so many people. That would have been cool. Like an entire fan-made JoJo manga. That'd be cool. I mean, like, I'm sure you could do it. I mean, like, Like, look at the artist One, for example. The guy who created One Punch Man. Look at his art. Like, when he began. It's really simple. Like, now, what really captivated people was, like, the story. Like, you can still make that manga, for sure. You just have to have a captivating story with it, as well. You don't always have to be artistically talented to make a good manga. And One is a good example of that. Because he created, like, basically One Punch Man. If you don't know it, I'm sure you do, but to the people who don't know it, it's basically about a man that is so powerful that he beats, like, when he gets into a fight, he beats people in one punch. So the entire story is based around him trying to find an enemy that he can't defeat. Basically, the entire overarching theme, or at least how I interpret it, is basically be careful of what you wish for because you might just get it. It's the entire thing, because like, there are psychological problems that the main character goes through, because he doesn't feel the thrill in anything anymore, because he's lost that, because he can just do anything he wanted. Like, he could easily take over the entire world with his power, but he just doesn't have that thrill anymore. So yeah, I just love that. You're welcome. You deserve that confidence boost, man. You deserve that. Because that's how my art, like, that's how my thing is. Like, even if your art isn't good, you can still create an awesome story. One that is complex. Good art will come in time if you draw it enough. Good art will come in time. I'm not even that good at art, but, like, I do know that. Now, some people I definitely can't compare to in art, for sure. This is one person that I know that creates these really complex art pieces. Like, insane. The use of shadow and just how everything is drawn is amazing. It makes every one of her art pieces hyper-realistic. And it is insane. I can't believe somebody can do this. But, like, I know that art came with time. Like, she didn't start out like that. So that's kind of what I hope, is that, like, even though I can't compare to her now, I'm hoping in the future that my art becomes just as good. Because it will come with time. Because they've had a lot more practice than I have. The only practice I've had, like, really before this was, like, because I was never in an art class. Well, I was in, like, maybe a few art classes in high school. Not many, though. Because, like, my last, like, art class, like, traditional art classes in middle school. And I, for some reason, decided, you know what? I want to make this somewhat of a career. Potentially, you know? Or at least get better at drawing traditionally. While also learning how to do stuff like in graphic design and stuff like that. And now I'm here. Now I'm drawing handsome Squidward finding SpongeBob. Like, I don't know. It took a minute though. I definitely wasn't very good at drawing people, and I still am not very good at drawing people. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's practice, 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 and it always pays off in the end. And man, like, I actually really wanted to create a manga in the past as well. I was really thinking about it. Because I was in middle school and I was thinking, like, what's a unique idea that, like, people have never come up with? And I can't remember the exact story, but I curated an entire story for it. I had this entire story that was, like, they had, like, these power, like, certain people had, like, powers or something like that. It was, like, the best way to describe what I created was, like, Dragon Ball, but was samurai. So, in hindsight, maybe not very creative, but I had that passion to create that story. Even if it was not the best story. I'm definitely better at creating stories now. If I wanted to create a story. Give me the sticks. Hmm. Huh. I'm trying to think about something else. Like there's something on the tip of my tongue that I want to talk about. Like that, whatever it is like I can't say it, and I don't know why. I'm like trying to think because there's something I want to talk about, but I can't remember. Huh. Oh yeah, I remember. So I created a while ago. This isn't manga related, but it's just something random I created one day. So, in one of my classes, I was like years ago, I was tasked with creating a menu cover, like for like a fake restaurant that we came up with. Now, that I had an entire story for this menu as well, like why this restaurant was only like serving ramen, and also like where they were getting the ramen from. I had created an entire story about this, but like the menu cover that I created, like the mascot that I put on the front of the menu, was horrifying. This thing had this great big smile, and these two beady eyes that stared at you when you opened, like when you had the menu up facing you. It was terrifying. The concept behind it was like very solid. I really liked my concept behind it because I really like. I've seen, well, not seen, but I had the idea of like this ramen shop, and I wanted to like have like the logo in the shape of a bowl, and then have like each section of the bowl like different things they order. You know, like pictures of their food or something like that. And then I refined that idea more when I started like putting stuff in the bowl and like designing it. Where it looked like the egg that I put in looked like an eye. So I decided to go with that. The two eggs that I put in looked like eyes. And then that eventually turned into this mascot that had two beady eyes that stared at you. It was horrifying, but it's definitely interesting. And then all the ramen was all instant ramen sourced from Walmart. That's the entire secret of this restaurant's success. It got all of its products from Walmart. Pretty sure some place got fined for that once, but I decided to do it anyway because it's funny. Because I was on a ramen kick at the time. I really liked ramen at the time. And I remember like I tried to make it a bit more fancy, so I'd like put extra stuff in there. Yeah, I put like garlic pepper. Well, not garlic. I would put garlic, and then I put pepper in there, cayenne pepper, and stuff like that. I really tried to turn up the spice a little bit. And then I also cut up spam and fried it, and then put it on top of the ramen as well. Good dinner. Good dinner that night. Cursed ramen logo. I mean, yeah, like this thing. I swear to God, it would curse you if you looked it directly in the eyes. You know, just, that's like an SCP. That's an SCP right there. I don't know what number SCP we're on, but that's an SCP. The menu that as soon as you look at it, it curses you. Straight up SCP right there. You know, perfect story right there. You know, like start. We have to start like coming up with a story for that now. It's like SCP input number here is a simple menu cover designed for a ramen restaurant. Then you know we go through the containment procedures of it and all that kind of stuff, and we get to like the juicy bits of it. You know, like the exploration logs of like finding this thing and all that stuff. You know, like what would it be? You know, like some sort of let's say it was let's say it was like one of the facility restaurants or something like that. You know, Site 17 city, like Site 17. Was it 17? Anyway, one of the sites, and like, you know, like it was a on-site restaurant, and somebody looked at it and were like cursed and turned into some sort of monster, and you know and the mobile task force unit, Nine-Tailed Fox, moved in and contained the entire thing. You know, like an entire story like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Just base it all off of just that one point right there that you typed in chat. Cursed ramen logo. Just create an entire SCP log, like exploration log, and document about it. I've practiced writing some of those because I was just kind of interested in some of the storytelling, because some of the storytelling in SCP is actually really good. I like some of it. Like, some of it's genuinely good. Other bits are a bit weird, or just fun. Like all the joke SCPs. I love the joke SCPs, it's funny. I can't remember all of them. For some reason, the only one that I can think of at the moment is SCP-420J, which is literally just weed. It's anomalous weed. That's all it is. Yeah, some of it's fun, for sure. Some of it's funny. Other things are like very like cosmic horror-esque kind of stuff. And then other things are just like just standard SCPs, such as the vending machine that can produce any liquid that you want. You can literally order a cup of musical talent. That's literally in one of the logs. You can order a cup of musical talent. And then you can also order a very disturbing one where it was like one of the researchers standing next to another guy testing out the machine. And I can't remember the guy's name, but it was like, let's just say it was Jim for now, you know? This guy typed in a cup of Jim. Oh, wait. No, it was Joe. That's the whole joke behind this. So it was the researcher's name next to him was named Joe. So he ordered a cup of Joe, meaning, you know, coffee. And instead of getting coffee, he got the insides of Joe. Like, a little terrifying. But yeah, like I said, if you want to order any liquid, this is your machine. You can order anything if it's in a liquid form, which is terrifying in that context. But you can also order like the best drink you ever had. Like you can't remember. Let's say you can't remember the name of the drink, or it can never be made the same way again because like this certain person made it, and you know, either they died or they're just not around anymore, and you can't find them. And you can order the best drink you've ever had, and they'll be made to that exact specification because of this machine accessing your memories in some way. I just like, even though SCP is kind of like a thing from like years ago, I still get interested in it sometimes. I still like reading the articles on it sometimes. Because there's some really interesting stuff. Especially, like, and if you don't want to read the articles, there's this really good YouTube channel called, I believe it's the Exploration Series, where they go through, like, all the SCPs that are suggested. And recently, there was a certain SCP related to, like, a ancient city or something like that. Let me look, actually, you know what, let me look this up real quick. Actually, wait, nope, can't do that. If I do that, computer will probably crash. Never mind. But basically, it was this place called Amon Iram, or something like that, and it was an entire exploration log. I left off on that. One of the other ones that I watched was like, what was it? It was like an island. So there's this random island that you can only access by, like, sailing out to a certain point in the Atlantic and into, like, a certain patch of fog. And if you did that, all of a sudden you'd appear at this island that couldn't be detected by by nothing. Couldn't be detected by satellite or anything. That fog wasn't even there for some people. Oh, wait. Now I remember the story behind it. Okay. So, it wasn't there was fog. It was that, like, you need to know about the place and think about the place in order to arrive there. You could sail off in any direction in the Atlantic Sea, and as long as you start thinking about this island, you will always end up at this island. And this island was like... Let me see here. It had, like, this big pillar in the middle. It was like a lighthouse. But this lighthouse was, like, had tree bark-like material on it that couldn't be broken by anything. It was weird. It's a weird thing. And, like, there was an entire religion on the island, and all the people on the island are gone. It was an entire thing that I can't remember the story of, but, like, I love just listening to the exploration series, because he just describes everything. In, like, every SCP. It's amazing. I love it. I mean, sometimes I just like sitting there and just listening. Now, most of the time I listen to it without doing anything else, because it's like, if I listen to it while doing anything else, I'll be distracted by it. Because I just like listening to them. But yeah, it's an interesting thing to listen to, for sure. I highly recommend it. Because you just hear some interesting stories. Not all of them are good. Not all of the stories are good, but some of them are real gems. And I like it. Then you have this... Yeah, I remember it's one of the SCP-001 proposals as well. And it's a city with this, like, really long name. I think this is an SCP-001 proposal. But it's an SCP that has a really long name because it's an entire city. This SCP is an entire city that's flying in the clouds. And I hate the name... I hate trying to say the name of it because I mess it up a lot. It was called the Exploration Series. It's a guy on YouTube that just kind of reads off SCP documents. It's really good. I like it. Yeah, that's the Exploration Series. Very good. But anyway, the city's name is, let's see if I remember it here. I think it was Papadopoulos? I hate the name, but it's there. But the story behind it's actually kind of interesting, because, like, it relates to SCP-1000, which SCP-1000 is literally Bigfoot, but it relates to them, and it relates to several other SCPs, and it relates to, like, gods and stuff like that. It's interesting. Then there are also, like, several part series in this, where it's like, he has to, like, this exploration series guy has to go over, like, several different stories of, like, the same SCP to really get the point across of, like, what it is. Such as the Ouroboros cycle. There's an entire cycle in this Foundation thing. Well, in, like, the SCP universe. Where it's like, no matter what, this one thing will happen again. No matter what. Where it's like, it's something along the lines of, like, I can't remember the story, but basically there's this process that one guy wants to end. He wants to end this process forever and never wants to go through it with it again. And it's not the Ouroboros cycle, it's something completely different. Like, he wants to end this cycle. And then towards the end, when he finally has what he wants and he finally achieves it, he actually starts the cycle all over again. And he's the one that needs to be stopped now. Because he's now the evil guy. It's insane. Like, there are so many different stories in this. Some of them are well written. Others are jokes. Others are just not well written at all. But usually the Exploration series goes over really good ones. I forgot I didn't grab the bricks. Okay. And like I also love like listening. Well, like I also love it when he gets through the exploration logs because like it's talking about how like this team is like exploring the island or like whatever factory an anomalous thing is in, and like it describes of like what they see when they go in there and like what they experience and whether they make it out or not, whether they survive. But like it's interesting. And like oh, what was that? Oh, sand. Yeah, he was the villain without even knowing it in that story. He started off not as the villain, but towards the end he became the villain. He became the very thing he swore he was going to fight against. Because that's like the nature of the Ouroboros cycle. Like in this story, because it's the entire thing, the entire gimmick behind it. It's like no matter what you do, it will you will return to that. And then there's another one. This one's a little disturbing, but it's still interesting nonetheless. It's talking about this random planet. So there's this planet that the SCP Foundation discovered, and for some reason there are humans on this planet. There've been no other like there've been like no colony ships or anything sent out there, and because people can't send colony ships yet. Like there's no way they can send them because we don't have the technology at the time. But there are humans on this planet for some reason, and they they speak in completely different language that is, from what I remember, slightly related to Dutch, and well, that's what it says in the article. And their entire society is revolving around a beetle, like a certain species of beetle that has no competition on the planet because all competition has died. And this beetle, like, controls people in a way. Like, it's weird. Because, like, people get obsessed with it in this universe. They become obsessed with this beetle. They get obsessed with, like, the touch. And no matter, like, in everything that they do in their daily lives is only to please the beetle. But they somehow, developed a high level of technology on top of it. Where now they have the technology to, like, travel at, like, light speed and stuff. Like, it's insane. And I don't know how they got to this development because of beetles. And also, where is this damn spider? I can't sleep because of it. God damn it. Like, where the hell is this thing? Because, like, I gotta listen in here. Where is this thing? It's, like, below me. Huh. Where? It's not up here. It's nowhere up here. Where the goddamn is this thing? It's over this way. Okay. Oh, it's in here. Little bastard, get out of here. There we go. Yeah, like, I highly suggest looking into that guy's channel still. Very good. Very good. Here's some good stories. It's also just very good to have on, like, just in the background. Even if you're not really listening to it, it's just calming. Because of just how the guy's voice is. It's not like a perfect, kind of like, really super ASMR type voice, like, really calming. But it's still decent. I still love it. See ya, man. I hope you come in next time too. I really love talking to you, man. Thank you for coming to stream, and thank you for subscribing as well. Thank you, thank you. Man. Man, I, I haven't talked about SCPs in a while. Goddamn. Really haven't. Like, sometimes I forget there's like this entire lore behind them and everything. Like, there's this entire universe based off it. There's even like an entire universe where the SCP Foundation can't like keep the secret of like anomalies. Like, they can't keep the secret of anomalies from the public. Where somebody finally figures out that there are these weird ass anomalies, or like there's like a breach in security in at the Foundation, and it causes this thing that they call the Broken Masquerade. And in this universe, basically, the SCP Foundation is like they're public now. Instead of being a secretive organization, they're public. People know that they are keeping anomalies and strange advanced technology that shouldn't exist. And it's interesting. All of this is just super interesting to me. Especially the Broken Masquerade stuff, because you see some, like, this is interesting to see how the Foundation. Oh my god, that's a zombie jockey. Well, that's a spider jockey, but it has a zombie on it. That's terrifying. It's a baby zombie, too. I hate those things. Ugh. That's like that's an ultimate weapon right there. That is a weapon to surpass Metal Gear right there. Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, it's just I love talking about that stuff. Oh. Hey, Mr. Zombie. Get out. Okay. So I was playing Fallout today. A lot of Fallout today. And I I decided to look at the stats that I have. Like combat stats, like how many crimes I've accidentally committed in the game and all that kind of stuff. I honestly didn't know I committed so many trespassings. I had no idea. It was like 59 trespassings or something like that. I had no idea I did that. This is creepy. Why did I do that? I mean, okay. A lot of stuff in this game, you do some highly questionable stuff in the game sometimes. For sure. But like that, I think that's a few too many trespassings. Like, I definitely remember this one trespassing in this game. Where this guy, he kept, like, insulting me in the game. Like, this one random SCP, NPC, there it is, Jesus. The certain NPC kept, like, insulting me. And it kept, like, just completely disrespecting me. So I was like, you know what? You have no power here. So I ran into his house with a rocket-powered sledgehammer and hit him. This is in the game, by the way, YouTube. Don't hit me. But I know that was a trespassing, and I just decided, that's the only trespassing I remember. I don't know how I did 59 of them. Like, when did I trespass? Other than that once in this game. Wait, I think there was another one where I unlocked someone's door so I could steal their ammo for their guns in the game. That's another one. Because, like, I remember I was, like, I was desperate for, like, 10mm ammo in the game. Like, I needed 10mm ammo because the best pistol, like, the best weapon I had in the game was a 10mm pistol. And I didn't have any ammo for the gun in the game. So instead of buying it, like a normal person, I decided to pick the lock on their door and steal it. Because I knew they had 10mm ammo for some reason. Why did I do this, do you ask? I don't know. All I remember is that I do some morally questionable things in this game. Well, there. Some very questionable stuff. Anyway. I'm kind of tired of building, honestly. So I'll save and quit here. And I'll probably end stream here as well. So let me close this off. And open up my Google. Google, my beloved, come here. Turn on my BGM. There's no ad. Why am I not getting ads? This is weird. Yo, okay, I need to watch that stream. Okay, I just saw a stream pop up on Gura's channel. Oh my god, I need to watch that. They're playing Overwatch. I haven't seen people play Overwatch in a while. The game's okay, but still, it definitely doesn't have that shine that it used to have. For sure. And they definitely killed Overwatch by announcing Overwatch 2. They definitely did. Because, like, it does everything that Overwatch 1 does. It does everything that Overwatch 1 does. It has all the same heroes, some of the same maps. It adds, like, maybe 5 new maps in a story mode. It's like, why don't you just, like, put that update into the game? Because they've done stuff like they've updated stuff like that before. They've put in a small story into the game before. So it's like, why can't you update it now? Prolong the life of your game. But no, they're like, yo, we're announcing Overwatch 2. Like, but it does the same stuff. It's crazy to me that they did that. I don't know why. Oh, and then another thing. I've talked about this already, but they completely killed their game by forcing it to be an esport. If they didn't force it, it would be fine. Or maybe not. Because of the Blizzard doing dubious things in the background. But still, it would be in a better off condition. If it wasn't forced to be an esport, and it wasn't forced to compete by city. Where it was like, there was like the New York Excelsiors, there was the London Spitfires, and like a few other cities from around the world. Like there was a South Korean team, I can't remember the name. There's a few Chinese teams as well. I can't remember hardly any of their names, but I know that they were in the Overwatch League at some point. Man, I wish the game didn't die as quick as it did, but hey, there's a stream of it here that I'm gonna watch after. Anyway, well, after I get food. Okay, well, thank you guys for coming. I really enjoyed the stream. I love talking to you all. It's an amazing stream as always. I hope you guys have a nice morning, evening, night, whatever it is for you guys. And I will see you guys next time. See ya.